Hey guys, Jesse here with the Nurture Pro team. Today I'm going to show you a quick rundown of how to use your Nurture Pro sales and marketing software and how to respond, book tours, basically what you're going to be doing as a user of the software to respond to your leads and nurture them to booked weddings. So we'll go ahead and jump in here. We're on the dashboard, and then what's going to happen is your lead is going to be on your website. There'll be at a form. They'll have the call to action to fill out the form to receive a pricing brochure, the pricing overview. They'll enter in their name, details, email, phone number. They'll want to select that they're in a wedding event and confirm that they want to receive updates from us. So they'll go ahead and submit the form and then be brought to a thank you page that we can use to track conversions. So that will be the top of the funnel, top of the workflow. Start here from the traffic source. That is your website form. That could be any type of traffic. If you're running ads, we can create a landing page and put that form on it, or run the ads to a landing page on your website with the form added, or if you manually getting leads from the wedding wire or the knot, or you can manually enter them as a submit new lead. So if they don't opt in the website form, you can also go to submit new lead here on the sidebar and enter in their contact details here and update the lead source, confirm that they want to receive messages and submit them there. And then that is another way to add them to the wedding nurture workflows, is either submit new lead or if they opt in on the website. So they've opted in the website. They've expressed interest about wanting to get more information and receive a pricing brochure. So the first thing that happens is they opt in, and then they will get sent this email right here. Oop, that's not it. So here we go. Here's our contact. First thing that happens, they get added as a new lead. You can see our test Jane Doe here has been added to a new lead in the pipeline. She will live in the new lead section here until she responds to one of the initial nurture campaign emails. So we have the initial email that got sent out here with the pricing brochure, plus the initial text asking if they received the pricing brochure. So here we go. We can go see, welcome to Demo Teton Mountain Weddings, Test Jane. You can see the email that got sent to them there, and then they have the pricing brochure. They click the pricing brochure, our system will be able to know it does, and if they respond, it will resend them the pricing brochure link. So go to refresh this and let it catch up. Since I clicked the pricing brochure in the email here, our system is going to know that Test Jane right here. Add a tag, they click the pricing brochure. So since they click the pricing brochure, it will not send them the pricing link again. So we can see in the workflow. If they respond here and they've clicked the pricing brochure, did they click the pricing brochure? Yes, I did. If I did not, I could simulate that here. Say if I didn't, then the pricing brochure link click tag would never be added. And then if they respond, go ahead and respond here. So say, yes, I got it. Thank you. So they've responded there. And then from there, we can see that the automation is all occurring. They get updated to a hot lead, get moved right here to our hot lead. You can see they're now a hot lead. They've replied. In our conversation, you can see that since I'm pretending that I didn't click it in the pricing brochure, it sends it out to them again with a link to see the pricing brochure again, so that you don't have to keep sending it out to them. And then that also opens up the conversation. So yeah, that's automatically sent out. Your lead says, yes, I got it. Thank you. Do you have any questions for me? Yes, I looked at the pricing and it is in my budget. Do you have dates available in March? So that could be a very likely response to that. If you wanted to add your coined responses, canned responses, you can do an SMS or an email. So like say they responded with that, we can go to our insert snippet here and say, oh, we have your date available, but they did not provide the guest count. We could go right there and use our template right there, and it would automatically populate our message. Hey, contact name. We do have, so in this case, it'd be Test Jane. Hey, Test Jane, we do have that date available. After looking at through the pricing overview, would you like to schedule a tour? So at that point, you've asked them to schedule a tour. We are at this stage in the roadmap. Manually ask the prospect to schedule a tour. If you are able to book a tour, then great. If, say, this conversation falls off, they never respond, you've asked them to book a tour. If they don't respond to that and you don't book them a tour, then they will, 3 days later, will automatically get moved to the interested section and continue to be followed up with these texts and emails to remind them and try to get them to book a tour. And since they've already responded, expressed interest, they are added to the interested and segmented into a different group so that we can speak to them differently because they have already shown intent and interest with us. And so at that point, if they don't book a tour, they're automatically followed up with. If they don't book a tour in this interest section, they are now tagged as a poor lead, and they get moved to the not ready yet long-term nurture, where they will get sent educational tips and tricks and nurturing emails, stories, funny stories from your venue, stories about how your staff saved the day, provided extra level attention, really breaking down. This is really an opportunity to break down any objection they could possibly have while they're still not ready and looking for venues until the point where they are ready to book. So after any of these, if they go stale and no show, cancel, or even if they did not book they toured and did not book their wedding venue, they will still all get moved down to the long-term nurture after these to continually try to nurture them and win them over. If they express that they are totally not interested at any point, or say they have found, so say we're saying, hey, Test Jane, would you like to schedule a tour? I say, no, sorry, I'm actually found another venue and we will be going with them. Please do not message me anymore. We would go in here and then set them to DND all. And as soon as we turn DND all to on, that will remove them from all workflows and stop them from receiving any future communications from us. So basically, either they don't respond, it'll continue to following up with them, or we book a tour and get them to book a wedding, or they express no interest and we add DND and remove them from the system. Otherwise, they will continue to be nurtured in a cycle that will continually nurture them until either they've 100% for sure not going to book their wedding, we book their wedding, or we can continue pushing them to book their wedding. So say they're in the interested phase, they reply to book a tour. At that point, they're ready. You're like, hey, I'm actually ready to tour now. Say they respond after the long-term nurture at any point. Say, hey, I'm ready to tour now. At that point, you will go ahead and be like, okay, confirm their date. Say January 5th is going to be the best date. You would talk to him. Does January 5th work? Send it to them. They're like, yes, 9 a.m. would be great. We've confirmed that 9 a.m. would be great. We can go in here and then book them an appointment. There, we'll want to book an appointment in the wedding tour calendar. That will be the first option. You'll want to confirm that it's in the tour calendar and that it's not in the wedding booking calendar unless you are booking a wedding. So we have the venue tour calendar, Test Jane tour. Of your time zone, we can set it for January 5th, 9 a.m. they said. Go ahead and book the appointment. You can see that Test Jane there is the contact. We'll then see the appointment be updated under the booking section, which is right here. Tour confirmed. We'll also have them updated in the pipeline. There you can see they've moved from hot lead to the tour confirmed stage. The same will happen if they are in the interested or not ready yet and you book them a wedding, they will automatically get moved to the tour confirmed stage. At that point, they will also receive their confirmation with the pre-tour survey, as well as the address to the property that we've entered into custom values and the link to the pricing brochure to review again. You can see that in our email. And then so we have the pre-tour survey. We have it set up so that the pre-tour survey is sent to get out. If they don't fill it out within 15 minutes, we'll just send an additional text to them to remind them to please fill this out. And what this does is just gives you some ammunition and background information on how to sell your client when they're on the tour. We're coming with an approach that this is to personalize and customize their tour for them. And what it does for us is it gets some preliminary information so that we get to know our client better and what they're looking for and how better to break down any objections they have and what they're looking for on our venue. So we can say Tom Brady is their partner. They're from California, San Diego, California. Preferred wedding date was March 3/1/23. I guess we're in 24 now. Got a second wedding date, 4/12/24. We can add a guest count, how many guests they want, their total wedding budget, so that you can know what packages you want to sell them. You can see what are 3 words that describe your dream wedding. You can say rustic, charm, historic rustic charm, or something like that, so you can get a feel for what they are looking for, or over the top luxury. They can put whatever they want there. And then we kind of ask them what they're interested about your wedding venue the most. Say you have the infinity pool is what Got me. So then you know to highlight the infinity pool when they come for your tour. You can look at how many venues they've toured. 5. Which venues they've toured. I've been to Rustic Chic venue and Total Luxury Wedding Events. Makeup that, but then you can know that they've toured these venues already, and you can know what your competition is and what their selling factors is and how you can overcome and offer them a better product or service to get them to come to your venue. And then just any additional comments and how did you hear about us. So as soon as that gets submitted on the client's end, they be able to exit the screen there. And then you will be emailed a copy of the results. So yeah, once that's submitted, give it a second to update. And then right here, we can see your notification email. It will then email you the results so that you can print it out. You can just keep it handy on your phone if you want to for the survey or for the tour, or you can also open up the contact and scroll down to the pre-tour survey section, and you'll be able to see all of, oops, sorry, that's for Test Jane Doe. We can go into Test Jane Doe, go to her pre-tour survey results right here, open it up, and then you can see all the answers in there as well. So either your email or under the contact. Or you will also get a text message sent out to you as well with the pre-tour survey results too. And we can change that around if you would like to receive your notifications different ways or not. So if you got the results to the survey, your lead will then continue to get tour reminder that will send out 7 days before, 3 days before, 1 day before, and then 4 hours before your tour. So then you'll come up to having your tour. You'll take your client on the tour, and after the tour, we will simulate what happens. It is set up so that based on when the tour is scheduled in your calendar, we have the reminder set up so that 1 minute after the tour is completed, okay, so this will actually wait 15 minutes for our Jane Doe to complete the survey. If the survey isn't completed, then it will just send them a text reminder with the link to it. Just force the automation through so that we can see what happens in real time. Automation. Okie dokie. So she's set to get the 4 hour before reminder because we have the tour set for tomorrow. We'll go ahead and force her so that we don't have to wait till tomorrow for the automation to go through. So we have 1 minute after the tour. And what you set, however long your tours are scheduled in the calendar, this is programmed so that 1 minute after that date is set to finish, it will then send you out the tour result survey. where you can go in and update the outcome of your tour. That will then add the lead into the correct follow-up nurture campaign. So, as we can see here, we'll go into our conversations. This is my staff member. You can go in and see the email that you'll get sent out. Here's the tour results survey for Jane Doe. Hey, hope the tour went great with Test Jane. Please complete the survey and let the system know which nurture campaign to follow up with. See when the tour was, the name, email, the contact details. And then you can click here to complete the survey. Have it set up to pre-fill everything for you. If you click the drop-down menu, if they showed and didn't book, which is going to be the most likely, or no-show canceled. If you no-show or cancel, they will be added into the no-show or canceled automation that will send a few text or emails to try to recapture them and get them to reschedule. If they showed up and did not book their wedding, which will be the case for most of them, you will tell the system that they showed and did not book. And you have a nice little upload feature here where you can go in and upload a photo with you and the client if you would like to. So if you take a selfie with your client on the tour, you can go and upload that here. And then that will automatically populate it in the did not book nurture sequence and automatically send out a selfie of you and the client to help build the relationship and personalize the nurture sequence. So if they book the wedding, sometimes I know it's not very likely, but they show up and they do book the wedding on the spot, you have the option, it will take you to the next page where you can update the booking value and then schedule the wedding in the wedding calendar. And this will go ahead and book the wedding there, fill out the contact form, and then schedule the meeting. And then you'll hit next and submit. And then that will update the booking value for you to keep track of the booking value in the pipeline here. I will update the value there, as well as schedule the wedding in your wedding booking calendar. And that will also trigger the automation to say if the wedding is confirmed, and then after the wedding, it will move the lead to the wedding completed stage. So we'll simulate it like the client back. We'll say act like the client did not book. We'll go ahead and upload our selfie with them there, and we'll go ahead and go to next and press submit. There we go. Now we can go ahead and close out the screen, and that will go ahead. We can see in our opportunity, they move from the tour results survey, please complete tour results survey, to the Jane Doe. She's now in tour completed, did not book phase. So she'll go through these automations. You can see here, you can see in the photos and documents section if you upload a file for the selfie. So if we got sent the tour results survey, and if we added in a selfie here, uploaded the file, then that would show up under our contact. You'll always be able to access that photo here under the selfie with client, under photos and documents. You can see selfie with client, and then that will also automatically send out the link in an email. So you can see here, Test Jane Doe, so good to meet you today. It was a pleasure showing you how beautiful the venue was. Let's get on the phone. P.S. If you see a link, there might be a surprise waiting for you. So the first time we sent it, we didn't have the photo uploaded, it did not add the link. And then the second time was an example with the photo uploaded, and it shows, PS, if you see a link below, there might be a surprise for them. And then they can go and click the link. Look at that. You can have a selfie of you and your client, or any kind of useful feature you think this could be, like a photo of the venue or a photo of a special board with their name on it, or their name above an arch, or anything creative you can think of to better build a relationship, because that's what's really going to close people, is getting close to them and building relationships. Cool. So they're in this did not book phase. They'll continue to get sent text and emails here, pushing them to follow up. If they don't book in this section, they'll end up getting moved down to the long-term nurture, where they'll continue to get followed up with educational tips and tricks, stories, etc. And then if they do respond to any of these, you can say, go into the conversations. So good to meet you today, yada, yada, yada. They respond, they say, hey, yeah, I'm super interested in your venue. Let's book our wedding for this date. And then you can go ahead and just be like, all right, let's go ahead and schedule their wedding. So I want to go ahead and open up the book appointment and just go down to the wedding booking calendar. And that will be the calendar for booking weddings. So there's a difference between the tour calendar and the booking calendar. Go ahead and test Jane's wedding. Schedule it for, she wanted it in March. Say it's on March 10th, 8 a.m. Perfect. You can go ahead and book the appointment. Once the wedding is confirmed, it will book her in the wedding calendar. So we can look at the wedding booking calendar. If it's so out in advance, we can just look at our appointments and see that, yes, it did schedule. Oh, we're in the tour calendar. Let's actually go to the booking calendar. So yes, we can see that the wedding for Tess Jane is confirmed in the wedding booking calendar. That will also go ahead and automatically update Tess Jane to the wedding confirmed stage. And as soon as March 10th comes and it shows that the wedding is over, she will be then added to the wedding completed stage. And from there, if you want to, you can then open up the contact and update the opportunity value if you have not done so already, to add the booking value that will update the total value of your booked weddings. And that will end the cycle. You can see all of your booked weddings there. You'll also be able to see in the dashboard the total value. If you want to set that up, you could set up a dashboard with your total weddings booked for the year, or if you wanted to, you could set it up to track your total revenue, and that would all be based off of this opportunity sections. So there we come to the end of the roadmap. With booked wedding. Congratulations, you booked a wedding without dealing with tire kickers and saving as much time as possible. If they don't book a wedding, then they keep coming down to the long-term nurture, get moved back around. If they respond to the long-term nurture, they get moved up back to a hot lead. And then you start the cycle from either try to book their wedding if they already toured, or if they haven't toured, then back to continuing to try to get them to schedule your tour. And that is the whole Nurture Pro system, and how you're going to get clients in from your website and move them along your sales process to a booked wedding, or they're just not going to respond and you've had to deal with tire kickers and reaching out as little as possible. If you have any questions or anything you want to update, any questions about creating new automations or anything we can do, feel free to reach out, and happy nurturing. Bye.